Hey, what's going on, everybody? Eric Taylor, Taylor 2 Coaching, and I got inspired. I'm doing Uranus and Pluto and Neptune, but I wanted to do another planetary house series. So I decided to start my Sun series. Ironically, it's a little cloudy today. Not so bad. It's the sun in the first house. All right, so what is your sun? All right, you know, right? Come on, Eric Taylor, Taylor 2 Coaching, you know. So the sun is your ego, your personality, your vitality, your authority, the government, right? The sun is your father. It's your creativity. The sun is the bright light, right? I know in Vedic they call it Jyotish, right? It's the light of God, the light of life, right? It's everything. So when the sun is in the first house, now the sun is at home in Leo, exalted in Aries, right? So it's in detriment in Libra. In detriment in Aquarius, and falls in Libra, right? And detriment in Aquarius, falls in Libra. So when sun's in the first house, it's exalted because the first house ruler is Mars, right? And that's your chart ruler for the ascendant. Now, if you're Scorpio or Aries ascendant, then Mars is your chart ruler. But let's say if you were Gemini, then Mercury would be your chart ruler, and you have the sun in Gemini, that's your sun sign, in the first house. All right? So with the first house, these people, they're leaders, natural-born leaders. A little arrogant, a little self-centered. It gets better as they mature past 30, more like 33, after the Saturn returns, but they're extremely expressive and outgoing. They like to achieve. They're the boss of the bosses, par for the courses. They can be, they're very independent, right? They should probably have their own job, or they want to be a supervisor. But the problem is they kind of feel like they're the king of the castle, the throne, right? The sun, right, is Leo the lion. They're the king of the chart, the king of the jungle. So sometimes they feel like they should be at a certain level or status without really earning it and putting in the hard work. It's not that these people can't work hard, and you need to see the entire chart. So you hit me up at taylor2coaching@gmail.com. Exactly, right? Get your whole chart done. But it's deeper than just what's your sun sign, right? So let's say you're a Taurus, but a Taurus in the first house, right, is going to be different from Taurus in the 5th, or if your sun is Taurus sun in the 9th, or Taurus sun in the 11th. So this is why it's important in astrology to get the whole chart done, all right? But when you have the sun in the first house, you could be a little aggressive and assertive. You might like to play sports. You might be into politics or government, or, want to be a firefighter or a cop. This is, it's exalted here. So you can be very persistent, aggressive, assertive. When it comes to marriage, it's opposed in the 7th house. So you want a wife that's got her own thing. You could have that sort of boss employee like situation, if you don't, have someone that's sort of a little self-centered too, and you could be commanding and bossing your wife around and this and that. This is about your physical appearance, your outer mask, so people will see that you're A-type personality, assertive, aggressive, kind of about me, and imposing your will, okay? And you need to know what's aspecting it, right? What other planets? Is Mercury next to it? Sometimes Mercury will be, sometimes Venus. It just depends. I think overall, people like to laugh, like to have fun, but they don't want to hear no. They want to live life on the edge to the extreme, extremely outgoing. And like as kids, these kids, hyper, a lot of energy. They don't want to be picked last if you're picking teams for soccer or football, basketball. They want to go on the rides first at Disneyland. They're like, oh, come on, you get to go. You know, like they don't understand that other people exist too. Like it's not just their world. And they're kind of like that as young adults as well. And sometimes in relationships, you know, they want to give you things, but it's on their terms, on their agenda, right? Very, you know, and your father could have been sort of this A-type personality, assertive, aggressive, a leader, you know, politics, government, authority, you know, a lot of things, you know, but just someone with power. The sun is very powerful. And usually sun in the first house people, they can, you know, Jupiter will give you more of that longevity, but sun in the first house, that light, that bright, that vitality will last a long time. You're going to live, you know, a good, you know, probably 75 plus. You know, I'd have to see the whole chart, check out your medical astrology. But sun in the first house is a interesting placement. And they've got to learn some humility, okay? But that's why you hit your boy up, all right? And please ring the bell, subscribe down below, join my Patreon. But yeah, sun in the first house, this sun series. You and you know, it's also your, you know, I already said it, it's your father. So, you know, you will see your father will have, male or female, your father will have high expectations of you. And could be a little demanding and commanding, you know, even to his little baby girl. But you'll see your dad as bigger than life, okay? So, yeah, keep shining, keep glowing. The sun in the first house, yes, it likes to flow. It's bright, man. It's real bright. So, what else? Definitely want to have their, you know, they want to achieve, but they don't want to put in the work. It's not that they won't work hard. You want to see where their Mars is placed, okay? But definitely have this idea that it's about them and you're in their wheelhouse. And they want the wife that's got her own career and status. And then it flows better, right? Not selfless people, a little bit more selfish. And that's not always bad, you know? I mean, it can be, but, you know, you got to see the whole chart. It doesn't mean that they're mean people or completely arrogant and this and that. So, sun in the first house, I salute you, lead the way, and make some room for some of us other people, all right? And chill out. Don't be so hyper competitive. Oh my God, everything's a battle. Everything's a competition. But that, like I said, it really eases, especially 33, 35. It definitely eases. But if these people get married before the Saturn returns, whew, God help you. All right? So be patient, be wise. Sun in the first house. You're definitely not quiet like a mouse. Right? That lion's gonna roar. Rawr. Oh, and they have to burn out energy to sleep well at night. Okay, so just exercise, go for walks, you know, in the evening, jog, you know, lift your weights, do whatever. But they, yeah, they got a lot of energy to burn. All right? Eric Taylor, Taylor 2 Coaching. Hope you enjoy my Sun in the House series. Sun in the first house, número 1. Adios. Peace.